And we got about got about 30 seconds.
Republican Kevin McCarthy will try to become Speaker of the U.S. House of
Go ahead and get my shares on.
after falling short in Tuesday's vote. News for this hour is made possible by St. Bernard's Healthcare, founded and sponsored by the Elliott and Benedictine Sisters in Jonesboro. St. Bernard's has provided healthcare services for 122 years.
St. Bernard's Healthcare is a nonprofit organization.
It's 9:02.
JODK-LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas minority. It's now time.
We'll get ready to go live on the radio. Yeah, look here, 102.5 FM. Good morning to you on your Wednesday. It's January 4th, 2023. This is Community Conversations. Kato Wonder is here in the studio with you. I am joined for now going on year 8 on the first Wednesday of the month. Jonesboro Police Chief Rick Elliott. He is here with us as always. And Chief, how does it feel? We've been doing this for 8 years now.
Well, I will say time has flown by. It just seems like yesterday that we started this in January, I guess 8 years ago now, but it's been a good ride, and we're going to continue on. And I think the whole project has been worthwhile and hopefully informative to the listeners out there. And but more important, I've enjoyed doing this for the past 8 years.
And we definitely enjoyed having you on. Of course, for those that may not remember, just a quick recap of how Chief Elliott and I met. In 2014, when she first came into the office, one of the first things that he did was community outreach, and he was very big on bridging the gap. And so he reached out to people, especially people in the African-American community, to see what common ground could be found and how could partner together. And I knew that I was in the process of starting KLEK, and I was very impressed by that. And so one day, Chief was in the mall. Everybody remember when we had a mall, and he was just shaking hands, just making conversation with people. And I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, Chief, my name's Laganza Kill. I'm going to be starting KLEK. It's going to be the first Black radio station in Jonesboro, and we would love to have you on to kind of just talk to our listeners so that we could help you." And he said, "Absolutely." And so when we launched, he came on and he had such a blast. He said, "So when am I coming back?" And here we are. We've been doing this ever since. And eventually they expanded to Chief doing the Bible study as well. And of course, this partnership has just taken root in so many different forms. Now we have 2 KLEK members who have done Citizen Police Academy, myself in 2016, and Allie just completed the most recent CPA class. And of course, our Trunk or Treat event, in which former officer Blake Easley and myself put together. Blake had the inspiration, and he asked me to help him. And now it's grown to like one of the biggest community events ever. So definitely proud of the relationship that we formed over the years. But with that, Chief, I kind of want to swiftly pivot, as you and everyone else knows. We most recently lost our longtime host, Quabila Jones. This was her show. And of course, I'll never be able to fill her pink shoes, but I'm going to try, even though I could handed it off to her. But she did an amazing job with this. And we definitely want to keep her family and the KLEK family lifted up in prayer during this time. But Chief, I just kind of want you to give your own personal reflections of what Quabila meant to you and to JPD.
Well, I mean, I thought the world of Quabila. We established a great relationship over this period of time that we engaged in these conversations, and not only on the radio but off radio. Just a remarkable woman. She had some problems she dealt with in life, but you know what? She got up, she came to the station and did the show. And I really admired her for doing that. But she was so engaged with the community and giving of her time to this community. People just don't realize how much time and effort that she put into this community, and how important the community was to her, and the fact that she wanted to make a change in the community, and she did. She made an impact on this community through this radio station, and it is something that's not going to be forgotten. She may be gone, but she won't be forgotten. And again, I'm with you. To sympathize with the family and those that are close to her. It's a sad time, but also look at this time to reflect back on the positives and the things that she did for the radio station and this community. And I'm just proud to be able to say that, she was somebody I knew and a friend. And I just, again, appreciate everything she's done.
And of course, you brought up the key word that she was truly a friend to the community, and she loved community service. She loved KLEK. And of course, we've got a big picture of her on the wall in the studio. So every time we do a show, she's still going to be there with us. We may not hear her voice, we may not see her body, but she's still going to be in the studio every second of the day in which we broadcast. A couple quick programming notes relating to Quabila. We will be playing tribute to her this Friday from 9 o'clock a.m. to 10 o'clock a.m. We're going to go back to the old school, doing a full hour of community conversations. The flyer is on our Facebook page. It has our Zoom link. You'll be able to join in and just leave your reflection on Quabila, what she meant to you. And of course, if you are a poet, you are definitely encouraged to tune in, because Q loved her poetry. And so we definitely want to just do a nice little thing just to honor her and to just, show the family, just how much she was truly loved. And then at 5 o'clock p.m. Friday, DJ King Vic will do a special mix of all of the songs that she loves. So when you're getting off work on Friday evenings and you're going home, DJ King Vic, he's got you, and he's going to kind of take you on a little ride with some of Q's favorites as well. The memorial service will be next Saturday, January 14th, on the campus of Arkansas State University Centennial Hall from 12 o'clock noon to 2 o'clock p.m. Reverend DeAndre Warren and Reverend Dr. Ray Scales will officiate the service. So we just definitely encourage everyone to, again, keep the family lifted up in prayer and support. One more thing I do want to say, and then we'll kind of talk about what's going on with JPD. Chief did mention all of the community service that she did. In 2017, Q won the City of Jonesboro Community Service Award for over 2,000 volunteer hours. So, the proof is in the pudding of just how much she loved and served the community.
Amen. And the mayor mentioned that in the mayor's report last night at City Council, that of course, he mentioned her passing and the fact that she was the city's Community Volunteer of the Year a couple of years ago. So again, that just shows you the kind of wonderful person that she was and how much time that she put in this community. So much greatly appreciated. I think the community is a much better place now. So she has made a positive impact in our community. And so I'm just grateful.
Absolutely. All right, so Chief, let's get into what's now going on related with JPD. It's a new year, new beginnings, and of course, obviously with City Council is in budget session, and of course, one of the big parts of the budget is the police department. So what are some of the things that you are advocating and pushing for in 2023 to make the department even better than it already is?
Well, of course, the budget had already passed back in December, so we're starting on a new budget as of January 1. But coming into this new budget year, we're going to continue to grow our camera project program with our real-time crime center, adding additional cameras throughout the city. We've seen the results and the benefits of these cameras, the amount of cases that helped us to solve keeps going up every year. So that's been a great project. Other agencies in the state have looked at what we are doing and are starting the same process in other cities. So we were the first in the state to come up with the real-time crime center concept, but many other cities have fallen right behind us and done the same because they see the benefits and the positive impact that it has. Budget wise, we still have we have new vehicles on order. We have 21 vehicles that we're ordered for this coming year. So they were actually ordered back in the fall. So hopefully this spring they'll be arriving. We get those outfitted and start replacing some of our aging fleet. Yesterday, we hired 7 new officers. And that now leaves me with only 2 openings, which that's a low number that I've not seen in quite a while. So out of 174 authorized positions, I only have 2 vacancies at this point. So that is always great. But we are testing again on Friday the 13th. So I think you still have time. If anybody's interested in that test, they can go to the City of Jonesboro website, get an application filled out, and look at the requirements that will be asked of you on the day of the physical test and written test. And our next test after that will be February the 11th. With the starting of the new year, our starting salary for the starting officer is $43,260. So our starting base pay is competitive now to some of our other agencies and throughout the state. Of course, this past year, past April, city made a big investment in getting our starting salaries raised up about $6,000 from where it was at. And that helped us in the recruiting effort. And so the mayor and the council are steadily looking at making improvements across the city on salary on different positions and what the salaries are. So it's a work in progress, but again, last year was a good year, and the mayor and councils continue to look at the salary administration plan and make some additional changes in this coming year. So that's a positive thing. But having just 2 openings, again, that's something we've not seen in quite a while. And so we're excited about that. Things are, looking positive. This 7 new hires, and we still have about another 7 that's still in some phase of training. So, staff is not fully out functioning. I mean, between these new hires have to go to academy here in a couple of weeks for 13 weeks. Then they'll have another 12 weeks of FTO time after that. So it'll be a moment for they're in the car by themselves. So, but hopefully in the next 4 or 5 months, all these officers will be out on their own, and all of our squads will be fully staffed, and we can go forth and get back into more community events. Right now, it's just answering call to call. And we hope to get back into more proactive policing and more community engagement events this spring and summer. So it's a good time during these winter months. We're getting caught up, and hopefully by spring we can start these other projects. Our next Citizen Police Academy, we have not firmed up the dates on that yet. We're looking at probably starting that in April. So once we get those dates set, we'll get that posted, and we'll be talking about it on the show, when we get it done. I'm sure by the next month, when we come back on air on the show, I should have that date firmed up by then. So.
Okay. Well, Chief, I just had an idea for community event.
Okay.
It's gonna come on the same realm as Trunk or Treat. Why not a big Easter egg hunt? Like one of the parks, just have a whole bunch of officers, a whole bunch of kids, eggs, have businesses donate things that could be putting eggs, maybe like gift cards, coupons, candy.
Generally, the FOP has done egg hunts in the past. That takes a lot of manpower to stuff eggs and put that event on.
Maybe get the CPA alumni to handle the stuffing.
Yeah. We'll look
Just throwing it out there, Chief.
Yeah, no, back when I was running FOP, I was president for that for many years. We always did the Easter egg hunt. We were stuffing 40,000 eggs, and that was a huge undertaking. But I think it's been scaled back quite a bit, but it's still, even at that, it's still a huge undertaking to put that many eggs together. Then you have to distribute them. But yeah, it's definitely something to look at. Good event, and we'll take a look at it.
Okay. Any other community events, new community events that you all are considering?
Well, again, coming into a new year, Sergeant Shay Racy is our community outreach officer, and he's always looking at things we can do to, engage the community. I know starting spring, we'll have different community cleanups in various areas that we generally help participate in. But again, it's a matter of having enough staff where we can get out and have these engagements. And, if things stay on course as we plan right now, this spring, summer will give us a chance to really get out and do more than we have over the past couple of years when we've been running short. So with that in mind, he's kind of looking to see what else, we could be looking at and trying to, get put together.
Okay, well, we definitely look forward to that. And of course, as we get more information, we'll definitely pass it on to the community. So how was the holiday season? Let's kind of recap. Obviously, I know off the air we mentioned that there were increased patrols. And of course, we had this cold weather event too. So kind of talk about how JPD handled and responded to that.
Well, sure. Well, the holiday events from Thanksgiving through Christmas actually went pretty well in Jonesboro. There wasn't really anything. We had a couple of violent incidents, but for the most part, not too bad. There was a lot of people in town shopping. Obviously, the traffic was terrible. We did increase patrols in some of these shopping centers. We had officers just working parking patrol, doing some foot patrol in the shopping centers along Caraway, around Fair Park area, the downtown area, over at the mall. The general response from the public was good, and the media had a good response. The public appreciated seeing the cars, the officers out engaging the community, just kind of overseeing them as they're going to and from their cars. So I think it gave a better sense of security to our shoppers that they're out doing their Christmas shopping. So it's something that I believe we'll do next year. I'd like to start it probably on right after Thanksgiving on Black Friday and run it through the Christmas season. So they started a little bit earlier next year or this year. We already met with the mayor about this, and we're in agreement that the project was good and successful, and he agrees that an earlier start would be beneficial to the community.
Okay, well, that's awesome, and as always, a great thing. So, all right. So the next thing I want to talk about is most recent CPA class. Obviously, it went very well. And you said that you're planning the next one. What kind of feedback did you get to improve it to make it even better going forward?
Well, I mean, we always ask what can we do different, and, what people didn't like. So the whole program itself has been modified or tweaked, whatever you want to call it, since the day one. But I guess the number one thing that really people want, the alumni wants, is they want to have just a session for alumni. Maybe the alumni get back together and we can just kind of do a big update on things that are going on and just kind of a get together. Everybody participates in these classes. You develop some new friendships and relationships, and a lot of people are still staying connected with some of their classmates and then helping out here at the department doing volunteer hours. So again, the program has been good. It has had great benefit, and so I think that's something we're going to look at, is trying to do an alumni event for all these class members. If they want to come back to a big session, then we can do that and just kind of get everybody back together and talk about things in general, and go from there.
Okay, and I'm looking on the JPD Facebook page, and I'm seeing the pictures from Shop with a Cop, and I'm even seeing you posing for some Christmas pictures yourself.
Yeah, of course, the Shop with a Cop program, it's put on by the Fraternal Order of Police every year, is always a big success. It gives a chance for these officers to engage some young individuals who may not have as good as a Christmas as others, and so it gives them a chance to go out and let these youngsters do a little shopping, and they get to spend about $100 on their shopping experience. And so, they'll may buy a toy item, but a lot of times they're buying clothes that are much needed. But the neat thing is, they even want to buy something for their siblings and sometimes for their parents. So, it's a heartwarming event to do every year and be part of. It's a great program. We appreciate our sponsors and people that support the program.
Okay, and this is definitely a fun program, and it definitely brings smiles to kids' faces as well. So and it's all part of that community outreach in which you guys do. And of
Right.
course, the community responds well to it, because also on the page you see different businesses will bring food to the officers. Do they ever personally bring you a plate, set you a plate aside, or are they just all for the officers?
Now, that's a great thing about this community. There's people and businesses all the time that's bringing food and snacks and stuff up here. It's a weekly event, and so it comes in, and I'll have to just have to have a sample here and there. But holiday seasons, a lot of sweets and good stuff coming through. So I'm sure I've put on a few pounds from all.
Absolutely, and again, it just shows to how much support that the Jonesboro Police Department gets in the community, and that's always a good thing. Of course, one of the things I enjoy is that getting the reports each month. So it kind of breaks down like different things JPD has going, the number of calls, the number of accidents, number of arrests. It's actually kind of fascinating. And I love that it provides the information. So kind of give your comments on some of the things that have been in the most recent report.
Well, yeah, like you said, we do monthly stat reporting. It's posted on our website, jonesboropolice.com. We post our daily reports on our website. But, people don't realize the call volume that these officers are answering every month. It's anywhere from 5,500 to 6,000 calls a month that these officers are answering out here. And so that's a lot going on. And that's just in Jonesboro. That doesn't count all of the rest of Craighead County. So a lot of things going on, but we show that. We do crime mapping, show where some of the hot spots are throughout the city. So again, we take that information, and we kind of design our patrols daily around problematic areas and things that are going on.
Okay, absolutely. So Chief, is there anything else that is going on with JPD that you want to get out there to the listeners, or want to stress anything going on, any campaigns, especially any enforcement campaigns? I know obviously the first of the year was making sure no one's on the road drunk or anything like that. So just anything else that we did not cover?
Well, yeah, of course, back during the holiday season, the DWI campaign was pushed by the state and the feds, and of course we receive state funding for DWI enforcement and seatbelt enforcement, and That's where this grant pays for officers to work overtime at time and a half pay to do nothing but get out and enforce the seatbelt laws or distracted driving laws or DWI violations. So we do have those extra enforcement opportunities for the officers to get out and be part of. Again, the goal is to get people on the streets in compliance, wearing a seatbelt. Again, it's for your own safety and protection if you're involved in an accident. And then, of course, we don't want people driving drunk. They end up causing accidents, and sometimes that could be serious or fatal consequences, either for them or someone else, which is unfortunate. And then speeding, we have anywhere from 270 to 300 accidents a month in this town. So a lot of this is attributed to negligence or inattentive driving, people on their phone being distracted by their trying to text and drive or Facebook and drive or whatever. So the distractors inside the car are bad enough. And even for my own officers, I mean, we have distractions in the car. They have a computer they have to kind of watch and deal with things. And so we're not impervious to being involved in accidents either, but it's just another risk that we have to take.
Absolutely. Well, Chief, we want to thank you so much for coming on as always and faithfully going on into our 8th year. And that's going to do it for this edition of Community Conversations. But as I said, this is All Gospel Wednesday. We got great gospel music all day long. You guys have a great and blessed day. This is KLEK 102.5 FM. All right. Thank you, Chief.
All right. Thank you.
All right. See you later.
All right.